All right, Coach, 38-7 victory over Walsh University, and your initial thoughts on today's contest.
Well, first, I guess you analyze, the results of the season. That's my first thought of how elated I am that this team can come back from what happened last year, being in the 11-0 team they were last year, and then to come back and know what was ahead of them, be a high-ranked team from the beginning, which brings a lot of pressure, and then to fight every week and to win every game, to go 10-0 and do it with just great passion for the game and great passion for each other and for the university. So just so pleased, relieved, elated, every superlative about our team that you can think of. Just incredible work for them. From the game standpoint, obviously we got off to a fast start, and we got a lot of people to play, which is very important for us during during this time late in the season. So we were happy to play a lot of people, and got out to a fast start with 38-0 lead, and then got a bunch of people playing in the second half.
Ryan Zook with the Pioneer. Is there a little bit better feeling going into the playoffs this year than last year after the last 3 games of last season? Not the football you might want to be playing, but this year, a big win going into the playoffs.
Yeah, we're definitely playing better on the defensive side of the ball. Last year, you can think of a lot of excuses, but we weren't a healthy team at the end of our season last year, and I think we are a healthy team now. We got to play some bodies that hadn't played in a while today. So all of those are huge factors in where you sit. But the other thing is, it's a situation where this team went through it last year, fought through, won the GLIAC Championship, and then to repeat, we celebrated a little, but I know this team, now I know there's a quick focus on the second season, turning the page on a great year and looking forward to a playoff situation.
Cody Burkhardt, Ferris State Torch. I talked to a few of your players throughout the year, and they said at the end of last year, a little bit of complacency kind of set in towards the end of the year. Have you approached the end of the year any differently than you did last year in order to compensate for that?
Well, the biggest issue is, there's a long fight to be undefeated. But last year, it was almost like the fight made us a little bit probably, a little bit apprehensive might be the word, or, less at our best. I thought we played tight towards the end of last year. And this year we weren't that way. So I think just with the experience of what we went through last year, it makes you stronger. Now going back, we played an unbelievable team in the playoffs last year, and it was a heck of a fight. Our guys have fought hard, all the time. So I'm proud of that. But the biggest thing is, I think our mindset just kind of, I like to use the word swagger, but we got more swag. We got more sense of belief in ourselves, and I think that ultimately, moving forward, we're gonna be a good team. Now our region's loaded, so we might have somebody that might be better than us on any given day. It's got to be proven on the field, but we'll be a good team here, and if we get a bye, we'll be here playing good football in 2 weeks.
Vander Laan, 4 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown in the first half. How would you grade his chances for another Harlan Hill Trophy?
Well, it's something that's kind of probably in the back of all our minds. He's achieved so much here. If there weren't playoffs, and this was it for him for this program, I'd be in tears right now. Not because I'm sad to see him go, but because he's been such a powerful influence on our program from a relationship standpoint. I feel like he's one of the greatest young people I've ever been around. So if he doesn't win the Harlan Hill, nobody's gonna cry about it here. But if he doesn't win it, then I think the best player didn't win it. And that happens sometimes, but I don't know who would win it. I mean, for God's sakes, what he's done in a career, he's like Superman. So.
Thanks, Rob. 5 total touchdowns for you on the day, 38-7 victory over Walsh. Close out another perfect regular season. Your thoughts on today's game, Jason?
We're just happy to go in there, finally come in here and finish the regular season. If you looked at our games from last year, the last 4 games, we kind of struggled to finish and kind of close out the season for that undefeated record. And, we just barely beat Walsh down there last year. And this year we really came in focused, determined. These last 4 games, we've still been playing hard and came out there and, just kind of punched them in the mouth and played well and kind of shut them down in that first half right away. So it's really good to take the stress off us, from having to grind out an entire game and get some of our starters out there and get some rest for the playoffs.
Ryan Zoot with the Pioneer. How much emphasis was there during this week of practice going over film from last year to not let that happen again and not have a letdown against Walsh in the regular season finale?
Yeah, exactly. We knew we had to come out here and we cannot let that happen again. That game was way too close. We were the better team, and when you let lesser teams play with you when you're the championship team, they're going to get fired up. They're going to play well down the stretch if you kind of give them some hope. So we just want to come out there and shut down that hope right away, and I think we did that. And going into halftime, I think, we knew who was the better team and kind of shut them down for the second half.
Your receiver, Jake Laitman, had a 32-yard pass today. How would you grade his mechanics on that throw?
Yeah, it's a good ball. We always joke around in practice about us throwing completion percentage and stuff and mess around, but he took a huge hit on there, and we mess around with trick plays all the time, and Lamp's got a good arm and threw a good ball, and it's a good spot, so he's going to be happy, and he'll be talking about that for a while.
I know you guys have a lot more goals to accomplish this year, but you personally, 5 total touchdowns today. How do you think you deserve another Harlan Hill trophy?
I'm not worried about that really as of right now. What happened will happen, and we're just trying to get the national championship. That's I can't go to bed without thinking about that every night, and that's the number one goal. So we got to get farther in playoffs than we did last year. We got to come out here and 2 weeks from now, and we got to show teams and play how we do play, and not have any mistakes, not have turnovers, and that's our number one goal.